Pisces, welcome to your July of 2016 Sidereal Astrology forecast. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Pisces, this month I am indoors for the video. It did start to rain at my location, so I did have to pack everything up. But at least in this case, you get to look at your chart, which is actually very helpful to see where all the configurations are. So in this video, we're just going to look at the most important astrological events of the month. If you do want a more specific look, be sure to check out your weeklies, where I go into the specific weeks of these of this month and look at the specific aspects between these configurations. So the first major event is on the 4th when we have a new moon, and this is going to be a new moon in your 4th house. So new beginnings for the next 6 months to a year, and also the next 30 days relating to home, relating to family, and relating to perhaps also your health as well. This is a good time to go within, to have that private life, that sentimental life. And I think this has already been an area of focus for you because you've had the Sun, Mercury, and Venus already transiting this house coming into this month, but now some new beginnings. And I think around the 4th, planting some new seeds with this. All right, it could be relating to home, location, could be relating to your health or whatever it is, or just being receptive to it, I think is great. Then as the month unfolds, you will start to see that that energy is moving forward, relating to this cultivation for the short and long-term path relating to these roots in your life. Now, one thing I do want to say is, even though we're coming into this month in this more receptive, lowered energy time, which is this new moon time, Mars had recently gone direct at the end of June. So there is this forward-moving drive. There's this motivation, especially in contrast to the past few months, which was Mars retrograde. And Mars is now direct in your 8th house. Now, mind you, he does have to build his momentum, so it is going to be as the month unfolds, you feel more of, I think, that motivation and drive. But a lot of this is for the deeper connections in life. This is where Mars has, I think, been showing you the importance of having this openness, this intimacy, this vulnerability, with yourself primarily, which then translates through your relationships in other areas of life. Some of you may have even been learning about the importance of healthy codependency and that kind of stuff, trust and shared resources and all this. Now, it's not always interpersonal like that, but often it is. And on the personal level, it's a good time to take everything you've learned about your deep self, if you've been reflecting on this, this reflection of these deeper things that sometimes we brush under the rug and we hide. But once we do that acceptance, that deep psychological exploration and that acceptance for all aspects of self, even the lower, quote unquote, lower aspects of self, which is what the 8th house shows, all those things we've pushed away. So this can be very good. In fact, Mars is very well aspected, which I'll talk more about with this trine up to Chiron. But yeah, it's motivation and drive to, I think, cultivate these things that really matter to you in life. Really get that meaning, whether it's interpersonal or in your own personal life. So that's the Mars energy. And then as the month unfolds, more of that momentum. On the 8th, we do have Venus going into Cancer, followed by Mercury on the 11th, and then the Sun on the 17th. So with this one, there's going to be this shift about this early to middle part of the month from your 4th into your 5th. So this is the 5th house of your self-expression. 5th house of creativity, of fun, of romance, of playfulness. Now, it could even just be interests and hobbies, but usually anything that's close to the heart or anything that we enjoy in life. So a good area for you to focus. You're gaining energy now, the second half, regarding these 5th house matters. You could be enjoying them, enjoying that self-expression, maybe even a bit of that lightheartedness in your relationships. And Mercury here, perhaps thinking about them, cultivating, maybe getting practical with some of your interests or creative pursuits. Okay, so a lot of this 5th house energy, and I think what you'll find too is that as you continue to focus on this, this will be this new seed, this new beginning you're going to plant next month relating to these passions, interests, or your self-expression. Now, also on the 17th, Mars is trining up to Chiron. So this is that good support I was talking about. Mars is actually very well aspected in this part of the chart. So this is healing. And this is healing that already has been taking place with, again, I think the deeper side of all this, maybe even too with your sense of self-worth, maybe even too with your adventurous spirits, because Mars rules those areas. But that stuff's starting to move forward, and I think by this middle part around the 17th, another healing coming in, a rejuvenation perhaps about the motivation and drive of either connecting on that deeper level, seeing the truth of life, or again, cultivating what really matters to you. So that's going to be that Mars trine Chiron. Then on the 19th, we do have a full moon. That's going to be in Sagittarius, which is your 10th house of career. So there is a high point this middle part of the month. This is where the highest energy will be around the 19th. And I think here, this illumination of your career or your productive life or your legacy or anything on that public level. Specifically, if you've been involved with any new beginnings regarding your career or public life over the past 6 months. And so now it's a good time to do the status check to see how's the career stuff going, how's the productive stuff going. Some things you'll notice are working, some things are not. And so it's about continuing to cultivate what is working and either rehash or let go of what's not. And this is the status check, and then you'll find that you're going to continue over the next 6 months, continue to cultivate these 10th house career-related things. So that's the full moon. Then on the 21st, we do have Mercury going into Leo, followed by Venus on the 24th. So this is your 6th house. This is the house of your work. In fact, this has been a very positive house for you because you've had Jupiter, your ruler, direct, and the North Node all in the 6th house. So you guys should have opportunities to develop yourself personally, maybe work, get some of that work, the craft, the development of that craft, any type of personal development that you could be doing on that daily level, whether it's your routine, your regimens, whatever it might be. So with all those opportunities that have been there, it's still an excellent whole month to do that. But you'll notice this shift, this last 10 days to a week, where you'll start to maybe think more about it. It might be busy for some of you with Mercury in the 6th house, getting things done, taking care of things. Venus here, you could be enjoying perhaps some of that taking care of things and maybe your work, connections through your work, all of this. So a good area to focus on, as it has been already, especially with the North Node, and really just learning more about the importance of this personal development and the development of your craft. So that's the transits. On the 29th, we do have Uranus going retrograde. This will be the last major event of the month. And this is in your 1st house. So with all this freedom that you guys have been cultivating with yourself and your identity over the past roughly 6 years, now it's a good time to reflect on the self. In fact, both Chiron and Uranus are retrograde. So it's not like your ruler's retrograde, but there's as an undertone, there's a reflection about you, your identity. And I think with Uranus pausing around the 29th and asking yourself where you can have more freedom in your life of honoring who you truly are and being that true, unique spirit that we each are. So that's Uranus over the next 6 months, helping you learn more about tapping into that individual freedom. All right, so Pisces, I hope you guys have an excellent month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next month.